What's up, guys? Oh, it's gonna be a serious video. I don't like doing serious videos, but sometimes these more urgent messages come through and I'm here to share them. So, I'm not gonna tell you what to do with your life because that's not my role and it's not my interest. You're a powerful creator, human being, and you get to create exactly the experience that you consciously or unconsciously want on this earth. But I am going to tell you, if you're wearing a mask or you're getting COVID tests because the news or officials are telling you to do so because it will make this thing go by faster so we can go back to normal. If you're doing those things, again, wearing masks, getting COVID tests for those reasons, for that reason, you're under an illusion. The more people do those things, the more normal will never ever come back. And even if we stop doing those things and take back our freedoms, you know, the normal that we knew before March 2020 will never come back, but that's a good thing because there's a lot of fucked up things about the normal even before this pandemic narrative. But what you have to understand is, guys, there's so much money in this. I'm talking about like Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates money in what's been going on the last couple of months. You need to, number one, follow the money. And number two, you need to swallow this very hard to swallow truth that most businesses could give a fuck about you. I know that's hard because all the marketing, all the advertisements we see on TV, online, on our phones say that businesses care about our safety, they care about our health. But guys, again, as an energy reader, most businesses, most of the big ones, Target, Trader Joe's, they could give a fuck about your health. It's true. And what all these companies are doing are they're pandering to what they think consumers want to hear. They think, and again, most people are terrified, they're scared, and most people want the reassurance that there's all this contactless delivery and, contactless businesses, and, it's really paying eye service, I call it, to people, having like Apple does this, Trader Joe's does this now, where there's like lines outside the stores where you have to wear masks, and Apple like takes your temperature before you can even go in and shop now. You need an appointment. So all of these, especially the bigger companies, are giving you eye service, right? They're participating in this illusion of we care about you. We're doing all these things that are proven to keep you safe. But guys, again, I ask you to sit with this and to not have a future carrot that they're trying to have you chase justify the means of your current actions. If you don't like wearing a mask, if you think it's fucked up like I do, stop wearing them. Okay? And I know it's difficult to do that, but even just like being outside, it starts with being outside. Take it off when you're outside in the fresh air, in God's creation, in the fresh air, guys. Stop wearing it in your car. Stop wearing it when you go through a drive-through. If you feel healthy, really ask yourself if you need a COVID test, or even any kind of doctor checkup anymore. Again, that's another illusion. That's another narrative being pushed through science. A very third dimensional, a very manipulated science of, you can be an asymptomatic spreader. Guys, again, I don't know if this will take 100 years or 500 years, but kids are going to read about this in textbooks, how how manipulated the human race was in 2020 and for however many years this takes. Um, so many people, and I'm getting this message because I'm seeing more and more people outside wearing masks in Utah, where I'm at now. And guys, humanity right now is so heavily programmed. If the news, if the mainstream news channels, if social media, if if these bigger outlets weren't a thing, this would not be happening. Because the truth is, guys, there's nothing new in the air. Viruses, hundreds of them, thousands of them are in our inner terrain, are in the outer terrain. A lot of them are killed by sun. But this idea that COVID-19 sprang out of nowhere, this idea that viruses in the past have sprung out of nowhere into the air that we have to protect ourselves from. Guys, these are control mechanisms, okay? These are control stories to have human beings, number one, do as the government and these higher powers that be, these psychopaths who have become so disconnected with their soul and their essence that are doing this. So number one is so that we do what they want us to do, and then number two, it's happening so that they divide us, they pit us against each other, they create these human beings who are now angry at someone like me who doesn't wear a mask outside or at a different place, and they've programmed them to be that way, to be angry at me, to feel rage, when, guys, a year ago no one was wearing masks. There was the same viral terrain, whether you like it or not, in the air, in our bodies, in our inner terrain as well. And no one cared then because no one was programmed then. No one was programmed then by the news, by social media, by celebrities, by the so-called officials. This is a programming game, guys. And in the grand scheme of things, this is a energetic war. And not many people are waking up to this yet. A lot of people are, but most people aren't yet. This is an energetic war that's been going on for thousands and thousands of years. And once you understand what's going on, the energetics behind COVID-19, you'll understand 9/11. You'll understand so many events in our lifetimes that have seemed so evil and to not make sense, that have been carefully executed to elicit a certain emotion, especially fear in human beings, but to also elicit action in human beings, and this level of allowance of their own enslavement, right? If you knew in your heart, like I do, that there's nothing to be afraid of, you don't have to wear a mask, you wouldn't be controllable. But this idea, the programming that there is something so dangerous, and the idea, that human beings are so afraid of death still, is is enslaving us, and we're the perpetrators of our own enslavement, right? We're a lot of humanity is unconsciously choosing their own limitation, their own slavery right now. So that's the message for tonight. And again, not judging. I get it. And I'm almost like embarrassed to say that sometimes, I just like can't take the pressure and still wear a mask at a grocery store if I'm going in, not over my nose. I never do that. That's like where I draw the line, because I just breathe through my nose. It's just, paying, again, eye service to people. But like, even for me now, it's like, there's a point where I'm just like, I can't do this anymore. I can't live a lie. I know that it's, a bunch of BS. And again, it's about having self compassion and, but it's about being real with this knowledge and with the energy of what's going on and moving forward and taking the next step to be in line with your authenticity, to say no, thank you, to stand up for what you believe in, to stand up for your sovereignty as a human being, because that's why you're here. That's why we're here. To stand up. We chose into this experience. We chose into dropping into human form in 2020, and with the remembrance of that, it's a super exciting time. But we have big, beautiful steps to take in the next decade. So thank you for being on this journey with me. Thank you for taking in this message. If it resonates with you, give it a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys soon.